Matt, I imagine that one's quite hard to take. What are your thoughts on that?
Hard to take, difficult to accept, but that's probably happened too many times so far this season. And I could go full range and get myself in trouble in terms of what I want to say, but the lads tried their hardest. We were short today, but things haven't quite gone our way in the game.
I think a lot of people are asking how's Joel Randall, because he looks in bad shape.
Yeah, he looks sore, doesn't he? Let's be honest. Great finish, delighted he got that goal, but it's come at a price, a costly one at that. It looks like realistically his season will be over.
What's your thoughts then, firstly with the first penalty when we went 1-0 down?
Like I say, Craig, I've got to be careful. Let people decide. They're either watching it or they'll watch these games and they'll watch them live and they'll watch the highlights. People will have to make a decision, because too many times I've stood here and complained about referees, and it doesn't help us in any way. If anything, it seems to be a hindrance. So I won't mention anything in terms of what I feel towards the referee today.
And obviously, unfortunately, it counted for nothing, but a brilliant response to get the equaliser straight after.
Yeah, it was a really tough game, a game where you had to be gritty first half, and then for a 20-minute spell at the start of the second half we started to get on the ball and work the ball and look like the better team. We had a throw down our side, we gave it away poorly, cheaply, which allowed the counter-attack, and what's happened has happened. I can't change that, and then it's the most difficult thing to do to try and get back in the game. But it's a toll it takes, the stress on the players. We've got a young bunch. We just couldn't quite react. But let's be honest, we've fallen short too many times. We fell short last weekend, and we've fallen short today.
It's the way that we started the second half so well, like you said. It was just a kick in the teeth, wasn't it, the second penalty?
It's so difficult to accept, but then you've got to do everything you can to try and get back in the game, and we're clutching. We're going away from our identity in terms of long balls into areas where we've not really got the personnel to challenge and be physical at the top of the pitch against two experienced centre halves. But like I say, the game was so evenly balanced. At half time, I said to the players, what a fantastic opportunity. I don't want to be nearly man this season, but it's gone against us, and that's the way football goes sometimes. We've got to pick the group up, pick the boys up pretty quickly, because we've got 12 big games. But I've got to be honest in terms of we're running out of those matches to come in terms of picking up points, and this was an opportunity which we'll feel we're hard done by, but it's still a missed opportunity.
And I guess it hurts really. Yokel, apart from facing two penalties, didn't really have much to do.
Right. It's irrelevant. Everyone will read the papers in the morning. We've been beaten 2-1, whether they'd say it as penalties or not. We've been beaten, and like I say, we've probably been beaten too often in those tight games. It happened last weekend, and we're just falling short. Well, we're trying to get over the last hurdle, which is the most difficult one. But I've got full faith in this group of players. Like I say, they showed enough at times today for what they can do against a really good team and a really strong team at home. But ultimately, it's all about points. You
mentioned about games potentially running out. How big do you see Tuesday night's game at Oldham now?
It's just the next one out of 12. But like I say, as you start to get to single figures, I'm sure everyone's studying the league table after today. They'll study it after Tuesday. I mean, I can guarantee my players studied it on Wednesday morning and Thursday morning after the games midweek. But we shouldn't be relying on other people. We can't rely on other people, and we saw that with the officiating today. We've got to somehow take control of it, and it's us who determine what the outcome is. Unfortunately, we couldn't affect it enough today.
Thank you.